Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Joni Ogg, and on behalf of travelprofessionalnews.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar, and I really do appreciate your taking the time out of your busy day to join us. And with us today are Wendy Graziano and Erica Banghart with Nexion Travel Group. And I'm going to share a little bit about these ladies with you, and then we're going to get into the webinar. So Wendy Graziano is a sales manager with Nexion Travel Group for 19 years now, and she's been in the travel industry for 32 years, although she doesn't look like she could possibly be, including selling leisure travel in a storefront and as a travel manager in the corporate arena. And she's responsible at Nexion for recruiting top quality travel professionals who have a true passion to grow their business and represents Nexion Travel Group at travel trade shows and conferences to promote the host agency to new, experienced corporate and leisure agents and agencies. And Wendy works and resides in Sacramento, California. Now, Erica Banghart is a sales specialist with Nexion Travel Group, an award-winning host agency, as we know, with operations in North America. In her role, Erica supports the Travel Leaders of Tomorrow program with the interview process and recruits new to the industry advisors with Nexion Travel Group. Now, she does this by establishing relationships with individuals and sharing her own experiences as a former Nexion Travel Group advisor and an agency owner. And she has more than 20 years of experience in sales, customer service, education, and training as a successful small business owner. And she works and resides in the mountains of central Colorado. Now, today's topic is really going to be great. It's fraud awareness, what to know and how to prevent it. I'm really excited about this presentation, so we'll get going real quick here. I just want to remind you all that you are muted, but we do welcome your questions, and you can just put those at any time in the question area on the right-hand panel of your screen. And when they're all done with the presentation, we'll take as many questions as we're able to. So let's turn the microphone over to the ladies with Nexion. Welcome, Wendy and Erica.
Thank you so much, Joni. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. So as Joni mentioned, I'm Erica Banghart, a sales specialist here at Nexion. Today, I'm here with Wendy Graziano. On our screen, you'll see Carlin Okamura. She is also on our sales team, but is unable to join us today, but we wanted you to see her beautiful face there. So with over 26 years as a host agency, Nexion's seen quite a few bumps in the travel industry road, but we always prevail. We're one of the most resilient industries, and the lesson we've learned today along the way, or even more important today as we're emerging out of the pandemic, you need to innovate, adapt, protect your business and your clients. And by partnering with us here at Nexion Travel Group, you can succeed. And we help you with all of the support and the resources that you need. So Nexion Travel Group is a powerhouse host agency that supports you. But we'll talk about what we're going to go over today, which is we're going to cover some host agency solutions, as I mentioned. We're going to talk about what fraud is and how it affects you, scams you should be aware of, travel agent best practices, some helpful resources, and as Joni mentioned, we'll stay on at the end for some Q&A if we have time. So next up, as I was saying, Nexion Travel Group is a powerhouse host agency. We've been hosting since 1995 with over 26 years of hosting experience as an industry leader. Nexion Travel Group is the only wholly owned host agency that's backed by our multi-billion-dollar parent company, Internova Travel Group, and our sister company, Travel Leaders Network. We empower our members to grow their business and increase their profits with our size, strength, and expertise. Hosting is our only business. We do not deal directly with consumers, and our marketing efforts are always targeted to help our travel advisors manage and grow their business. And for our friends up north, Nexion Travel Group Canada has deep roots in the travel industry with over 40 years of experience as a Canadian travel agency. Nexion Travel Group, first and foremost, is about the people who make it up. Starting with over 5,000 independent travel professionals we currently serve, and we partner with approximately 150 preferred suppliers. Nexion Travel Group support staff and systems take care of ticketing, operations, fulfillment, support, marketing services, all of which frees our members up to do what they do best, making dreams a reality for their clients. So before we jump into today's presentation on fraud, we want to spend just a couple of minutes explaining what Nexion Travel Group can do for you. I'm going to turn it over to Wendy, and she's going to talk about our commissions.
Thank you, Erica. So let's take a look at how you can earn more money with Nexion. Okay, you're going to earn top-tier commissions with leading air, cruise, land, hotel, car, and insurance suppliers from your very first day. We empower you to increase your profitability through our outstanding commission agreements, and we do have very impressive airline contracts, selling air with or without a GDS or ARC commitment. So if you're an experienced GDS travel advisor, you can also complement our commissionable airline contracts with easy GDS access. We've got Amadeus, Sabre, and now Travelport Plus. They're all available for your access. Plus, you're going to have access to exclusive consumer offers and bonus commission opportunities that you cannot be found anywhere else in the industry. You're also going to have access to exclusive Internova Travel Group hotel programs and our cruise group sailings. So what we do is we're going to help you and your target clients engage with our award-winning marketing. Nexion Travel Group, we're going to give you all the marketing muscle to consistently showcase the latest travel offers along with your value as a travel agency, keeping your agency top of mind throughout the year. So as you can see, we have a lot of multi-channel marketing. There's a free website, there's direct mail, professionally designed publications. We do have free exclusive interactive social media solutions, also email marketing, and we do have a lead generation program too. So let's kind of go into the technology solution that we have for you. So we give you a technology that does more so you can be more productive. We've got our technology suite, and it's called My Nexion, powered by AgentMate, and it's basically designed for the modern seller of travel. Our technology is integrated with our marketing programs, so you can instantly see who's receiving what marketing and what was delivered, what was opened, what was not opened. So with easily accessible technologies, you're going to be able to quickly launch powerful booking tools for hotel, air, car, cruise, and tour. You're also going to be able to manage those client relationships, promotions, and bookings through our robust technology suite, CRM or customer relationship management tool, and we do have a lead management tool also for you. So you're also going to be able to save time using our efficient back office system and industry tools. So we are here to help you when you need it the most. You're going to be creating valuable relationship is the core principle of Nexion Travel Group, and with the unwavering support of our fellow members, our staff, and supplier partners on your side, on top of business development opportunities and mentorship programs, you're going to have all the confidence and the connections to sell travel at your highest possible level. Now off to Erica.
Thank you, Wendy. So at Nexion Travel Group, we strive to help you grow in skill and value. The travel industry, as we mentioned, is ever changing, and as agents, you must evolve with it to remain knowledgeable and influential. And Nexion Travel Group's business development and education programs are designed for every type of travel agent, whether you're leisure, corporate, beginner, or have many years of experience. We've got something for everyone to help you develop every facet of your professional persona. And we help you hone in on your specialization with our award-winning specialty events. We have our group sales summit, which continues to fulfill the growing interest from our members who want to expand or enter the lucrative group travel sales arena. It's designed to give our members the skills they need to make more sales and increase their group client base. And this exclusive event includes proprietary content that's created just for us from some of the industry's leading group experts. We have our award-winning marketing symposium, which is an in-depth course that goes beyond the basics. You'll dig deep into the components of your marketing plan, create one. You'll be able to work in small groups and do one-on-one learning with experts on practical applications. This last year, we did a marketing immersion FAM aboard an Alma Waterways river cruise in France in the spring, and it was a phenomenal event that was focused on social media marketing. We have specialty events for our corporate advisors too. We have Corporate Connections, which provides Nexion's corporate-focused travel advisors with unparalleled access to resources and the behind-the-scenes opportunities to help them grow their business. We even have an event for our luxury niche advisors. Our Luxury Sales Summit is an invite-only event. And in addition to our specialty training, we have a series of fundamental events that give our members the foundation they need to be a successful travel advisor. We've got our boot camp, which is held twice a year. It's a 3-day program for members who are new to Nexion Travel Group, no matter your experience level, or for members that are just looking to get a jump start of their business, help their business skills. You get to learn everything that you ever wanted to know about getting the most out of your Nexion membership. You get valuable marketing and business development skills in a small group setting. And then we have our regional events, which gives you an opportunity to join other Nexion members in your area for complimentary one-day events. And those are held in cities across the country where we have high concentrations of our members. And these business development events are really a great way for you to meet, network with your fellow Nexion Travel Group members, explore the tools that we provide you. Plus, you'll get to expand your supplier partner knowledge and relationships at roundtable discussions and a mini trade show. We're also really excited about our Roadmap to Success program in our My Nexion portal. With Roadmap to Success, you'll be able to access courses based on your specific topic of interest. You can choose the learning path that makes sense to you. This easy Roadmap to Success program is going to provide you with the solution you need for you to progress at your own pace with 14 resource tracks that are tailored to navigate through every aspect of each module. The program was carefully designed with a consistent approach to delivering the content. Each module covers how to book, where to book, product-specific resources, an opportunity to test your knowledge, a robust travel glossary, and supplier partner recorded webinars. We strive to create learning modules that contained everything you need to be a successful advisor with over 700 resources and still counting. We just wanted to show you a little example of this. You have the opportunity to search intuitively for a topic of interest. So for example, today's topic is fraud. You'll find several resources, some of which we're going to discuss today, and there's so much more. So I'm going to turn it over to Wendy, and she's going to jump into our presentation.
Okay. Let's go here. There we go. Okay. So, so that's enough about us. Now let's go ahead and jump into today's presentation on fraud. So the first thing we want to cover is the fact that we're not offering legal advice, but instead sharing best practices for your travel businesses. What we're going to be presenting is designed for general information use only. We do strongly recommend that you do consult with your own legal, compliance, or information security experts for further guidance. So unfortunately, the information presented today is only a sampling of what you should be aware of as a travel advisor. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So what is fraud? Fraud is a deliberate act or failure to act with the intention of obtaining an unauthorized benefit, either for oneself or for the institution by using deception or false suggestion or suppression of truth or other unethical means which are believed and relied upon by others. Now, how does this affect you as a travel advisor? Travel fraud is an ever-growing issue as fraudsters continue to abuse the online aspects of our industry. Specifically, it often focuses on the ticketing aspect too. So the airlines can see revenue slashed due to forms of bonus/loyalty abuse, as well as bookings made with stolen credit card details, which can lead to chargebacks. So, and as travel advisors, you are most vulnerable yet in the best position to prevent these scams. So it's very, very important to be vigilant and apply best practices to detect and prevent fraud from happening. So let's go ahead and talk about several scams you should be aware of. Okay. So as a travel advisor, you're likely most accessible to the following types of scams. So there's phishing scams, which is the practice of sending emails, often disguised from a trustworthy company, to obtain access, to obtain sensitive information, to get login credentials and credit card numbers. So that's phishing. Now, we do also see social engineering, which is the use of deception to manipulate individuals to provide confidential or personal information that may be used for fraud. Now, there's also payment fraud, which is false or illegal transactions using stolen or fake credentials, such as credit cards, wire transfers, reward points, things of that sort of nature. Now off to Erica.
Thank you, Wendy. So let's take a closer look at phishing. So phishing is an attempt, usually via email, to trick people into revealing sensitive information, such as your username, your password. The email pretends to be from a legitimate source, maybe an airline or a bank, and they try to to coax their recipients into sending sensitive information or directing them towards fraudulent links. Users that follow these links end up on websites designed purely to steal your information. These websites attempt to gain credentials such as your GDS login, your email account passwords, banking details, as well as downloading programs that can compromise your computer and honestly your entire company database. So, what does phishing look like? Phishing comes in email form and it's disguised to be trustworthy from a source such as maybe a bank asking you to update your account information. Perhaps it's a charity asking for a donation to prey on your generosity. Maybe it's an online service that's threatening to close your account or send you a notice of a past due payment. It could be a supplier that's scaring you into believing that your client's information has been compromised. Maybe you're being awarded some great deal or a gift. You've won something that really seems like it's going to be too good to be true. And you also could be victim to someone posing as your own colleague, maybe a friend or a family member that is asking for help. So when you're thinking of phishing, it's really important to, pay attention to links that you're receiving in an email. They're not dangerous until you click on them or try to open them. Once you get tricked, the attacker can get your credentials and can steal them from you. They could take further control of your computer, maybe your network, and could put some sort of a malicious code on there, such as a ransomware attack. So, kind of some tips to keep in mind instead of clicking on those links, make sure you get in the habit of only clicking on a link in an email that you are expecting. Telephone the sender. If you see an email that you get and it looks kind of suspicious, call the person who supposedly sent it to confirm that they are, in fact, the ones that sent you the email. Never call the phone number that's listed in the email. Always do a third-party search and call the phone number that you find during your own search. If you call the number that is listed in the email, that could be part of the scam. So be very wary of that. Also, if you hover your cursor over the link, don't click it, but it's going to give you what that URL is. Oftentimes you will find that it is not coming from the source you believe it to be coming from. And then if you trust the organization who sent the email, go straight to your browser and type in the domain name and check to see if that request is legitimate. Phishers are very good at cloning real websites with convincing brand logos and language. But you want to keep in mind that real company websites, they're not going to feature images, including logos that are maybe blurry or pixelated. The website, could include a design or a layout, variations that can contain errors in spelling, grammar, sentence structure. Those are all big giveaways. And the language used on a phishing website could be threatening or imply a sense of urgency. So next, Wendy's going to talk to us about social engineering.
Okay, so what is social engineering? And what that is, it's a type of security attack where scammers trick people into giving them access to sensitive information. So social engineers have the same goal as hackers, but they focus on tricking people rather than breaking into networks. Social engineers will prey on the person's fear of inaction. Sometimes the easiest way for scammers to gain the information they want is to ask for it. So how do they do that is the question. They do their homework. They research their targets to learn as much as them as possible before striking. They think one step ahead. They're very good at what they do. Many have practiced their tactics for years. They're good at building familiarity. They try to establish a level of authority or trust before digging for more information. They also do create that sense of urgency. Again, that seems to be a very common thing that all these fraudsters like to do, but they make you think like you need to act quickly in order to secure an offer or get assistance from someone or prevent a problem. So let's talk about, okay, so let's go ahead and talk about how the scammer operates. They might be pretending to be an executive, a senior executive of a corporate customer, targets institutions that routinely book unprofiled travelers like contractors, students, patients, interviews. So just be aware of all of the social engineers, the lack of caution. Don't blindly trust a stranger, a person on the phone, or the origin of an email. Anyone can claim to be somebody trustworthy. So recognize that it's very easy to obtain the names and titles of people in any organization. So don't trust someone just because they claim to be referred by another person in your client's organization. And again, beware of cheap tricks meant to verify a person's identity. Those business cards and logos, again, they can be created and printed for a few dollars. Okay, be very, very careful with things like, wire transfers and things like that. They target all these unprofiled travelers. Again, they usually target after-hour service numbers listed for an organization. The tickets he attempts to book are typically for flights leaving very, very last minute. A few hours flying, out of like immediately. They usually involve high-risk airports like in the Middle East and Asia. So, and they're usually familiar with industry terms, GDS and after-hour services too. So be familiar with the organization that he is impersonating. For example, he may have access to cost centers, employee numbers, or institutions intranet. He's going to be dropping names of other people in that institution or like the travel management company to build credibility. They're going to try to convince the agent to pull up older PNRs and other profiles to copy credit card information, cost centers. So you got to be very, very careful. And so, they're also going to be, they will often provide an email address at the institution's domain that will not be in the executive's profiles. So you want to be very, very, very careful with this.
Thank you, Wendy. So let's take a closer look at credit card fraud. So, a social engineer in credit card fraud, most commonly, you'll see a social engineer place a call under a false identity. What they're going to do is try to establish a level of credibility. Ultimately, the caller is going to request sensitive or confidential information to commit the fraud. So, what you want to do is always verify the caller is who he or she says they are and ask for secret information that only the real caller would know. Things to be aware of. Do not give the caller information and ask if that's correct. Ask the caller to instead give you the information for you to confirm. Work with your clients to implement an approval process for travelers not on an official client list with consistent payment method and authorizations. Always be alert if the caller is asking to book a same day ticket, as Wendy mentioned, something that's to be issued and flown within 24 or 72 hours. For a first time client, the traveler name and payment information should most definitely match. So, some helpful tips. You don't want to be a victim. Talk to your clients. Let them know that you're just being extra diligent. They're going to be glad that you're verifying their information. And it's okay to say no. So many of us, we're in sales, and you get that call, you want to help, you want to make the sale, earn that commission. Just remember, if it's too good to be true, it likely is is a problem, and it is okay to say no if you suspect something is fishy. And then you always want to verify and report anything that might be suspicious. So, some links and attachments are, as we talked about, they're not dangerous until you open them. But some on your screen here, you're going to see some common phrases that are often used by fraudsters. So, do you accept payment through credit cards? Do I need to make a payment, but my bank won't support it? Are there bank charges? Can we set up a payment to a vendor today? Do you have an Amazon account? Kindly forward me your personal cell number. You don't want to do that. Because they want to text you. They don't want to have a telephone conversation with you. Again, it's those urgent requests. Those are something that you want to be most leery of. Are you available? I need a favor. We're ready to confirm the booking immediately. Please send me the quote so I can send you the travel detailers today. All of those are just kind of some common phrases that you want to be aware of. So next, Wendy's going to talk to us about some best practices.
Okay, so the best way to prevent any fraud scams is to make sure that you have traveler verification and escalation procedures in place. So at the minimum, one should exist anytime a booking is being made for an unprofiled traveler leaving within 72 hours. Exercise common sense. Do not provide credentials, usernames, or passwords ever. Do not download a program without confirming with your IT, information technology department, so they can make sure of its validity. And also for agents without an IT department, never download from an email that you were not expecting. Do not transfer funds without independently confirming the identity and the validity of the request. Consult with another colleague or senior manager if you have any doubts. So a good way to reduce an agency's exposure to credit card fraud is to establish best practices when dealing with new or existing customers. Fraudsters are very creative when it comes to thinking up new ways to deceive agents and have established procedures in place that help both the new agents and the veteran agents identify fraud schemes. So researching new and customer information. Refer to our free internet tools and digitally altered images which may help quickly spot a potential fraudster before tickets are issued. Below, you'll find best practices recommended for leisure and corporate agencies. We've got credit card red flags. When accepting a credit card from a new customer, it's recommended that the agents look beyond the fact that they receive a credit card authorization from their GDS. As fraudsters typically compromise credit cards, they have the credit card information, but not the credit card itself when ordering tickets for themselves or other travelers. So because the true card holder does not know a fraudster is using their card information, the card is not listed as stolen by the card issuer. Therefore, the authorization will go through if there is an available credit on the account. Use the credit card red flags document to think beyond just the authorization code and more about who is ordering a ticket for other people, why they're ordering the tickets for that agency, and what kind of itineraries are they requesting. Ask yourself these types of questions before you issue any airline tickets for new customers, which obviously may reduce your exposure to possible credit card fraud. Okay, so if there are definitely different links or attachments that are not dangerous until you click or open them, again, once you get tricked, what do you do if you suspect fraud? So ask for documents, driver's license, credit card, passport, and review carefully. Common with fraud are low quality pictures, documents, fuzzy backgrounds, misspelling, unassigned credit card, different banks on both sides of the card, missing key information like date of birth and same picture all in one document. Independently try to verify their identity. Google their information, phone number, or domain, and try to confirm if their request is legit and valid. Always follow corporate policy for booking unprofiled travelers. Reach out to a travel manager or senior staff to elevate the booking request and documents. And again, if it does not feel right, pass on the booking and advise senior staff.
Great information, Wendy. Thank you. So on the next screen, we're going to go over several sites that you might find helpful when considering the validity of your client's information. So, it's all about discovering conflicting information, as we've talked about. Fraudsters are really adept at assuming other people's identities. They're going to use internet phone numbers, the voice over IP, free email services. They may send you digitally altered documents that appear as legitimate as possible. So while these fraudsters try to appear as legitimate cardholders, a quick check on the internet on your side can often reveal information that conflicts with the information provided by your new customer. So I'm guessing not a lot of you may have heard of binlist.net. That is the first one that we've got an example of on the screen there. So fraudsters can create fake credit card images that are designed to deceive agents to believe that they are a true cardholder. Sometimes they make mistakes by using the image of a credit card from, say, Bank A, but the BIN, the bank identification number, is actually assigned to Bank B. So you can go to binlist.net to verify the information provided by your customer. The first 6 digits of an account indicate the bank identification number. So for example, the BIN 480213 is assigned to Capital One, not US Bank, as indicated on that digitally altered credit card image that you can see. So you also want to utilize things that you likely know of. Google Maps. Search to see if the address information provided by your new customer, is it legitimate? Is it a real house? It can be questionable if it's a hotel, a hospital. They leave the field empty. You may not want to issue tickets in those scenarios. Whitepages.com, do a reverse phone lookup. It's a great way to find out if the phone number that your customer has given you is legitimate. You can do the same thing on whitepages.com with a reverse address. People obviously move around, but, utilizing that reverse address feature, you can see if the address matches the information provided by the new client. If it doesn't, again, that could be a red flag. So whocallsme.com. check that. See if other travel agents are posting complaints or concerns about a telephone number that's used by a new consumer. If one travel agent says no or is suspicious and, doesn't act on that request, they're going to keep moving on until they find one of you that's going to issue them that ticket. So, as travel agents, let's stick together. Let's help each other out. And if you, get suspected fraud, you post it yourself on whois.com. And, that way we're keeping everyone safe. Something on Whois, free internet services, Yahoo, Outlook, Gmail, etc. They can't be, checked using that site. So, make sure that you're putting in phone numbers or addresses that don't have those domains. So, the fraudster, can claim to be with an international energy company, maybe that contacted their corporate travel agency that same day. The email address, what AES, PHILIPPINES.com was created. The legitimate corporate client has a different email address. So if after a quick review of that customer information on the website of, above will reveal enough information that is conflicting, you may not want to issue that ticket for that customer. So, when you are selecting a host agency, we want you to partner with an exceptional host agency that can be there for you and support you. With Nexion Travel Group, you can sign up with flexible membership options. We have a one-time activation fee per agency and no annual renewal fees. You get thousands of dollars of benefit with very little investment. We really are the best value you're going to get. You have your choice of plan types with your commission splits ranging up to 90%. If you're new to the industry and want to kickstart your business with our Next Start training and mentorship programs, you start with 60% of your non-art commissions. For experienced agents, you can opt to keep 70 to 90% of your non-art commissions. You can also add on additional agents under our Nexion 80 or 90 plans. And then our ARC commission percentages are going to vary by plan type. You can visit our website for more details. And just a reminder, we don't have any long-term contract, no transaction or per invoice fees. Your commissions will be deposited directly into your bank account twice a month. So on the next screen here, we've talked a lot about fraud, and we want to remind you that you should always report any fraudulent booking activity to ARC Corp at stopfraud@arccorp.com. If you do not have that, address written down somewhere, please do so. This is what's going to help keep all of us safe. When you get something suspicious, make sure you report it. And now Wendy's going to give just a little recap.
So just a little recap. So at Nexion Travel Group, we're here for you. You're going to be earning more for your hard work with our top tier commissions with more than 145 plus air, cruise, and land suppliers. You're going to grow professionally with our award-winning business development and education. You're going to be more productive in professional networking with the most supportive people and suppliers in the industry and be affiliated with a stable forward-thinking company. You're going to work more efficiently and simplify the booking process with our tools and our technologies. That's going to help reduce your operating costs and enhance revenue. We're also going to help you promote your agency with ease and your value as a travel professional through effective marketing programs at no additional cost. So before we move into any questions, we think it's important that you understand our Nexion Travel Group's vision, which is to be the most valued and respected host travel agency. And our mission is to empower our advisor members, partners, and employees with the most innovative partnerships, education, and support. So we also have wanted to share with you our core values, which is shoot for the stars, members first, we do what's right, and everyone is in. So with that said, I think we're going to go ahead and go into some questions.
I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't get myself unmuted.
I
was
figured.
muted. I was muted for good. Hello. That was wonderful,
Hello.
ladies. Really great information. A
Thank you.
lot of information.
A lot of
And
A
information.
lot.
yeah,
I know.
I want to let everybody know on the webinar that we do record these webinars, because I know that was a great deal of information and you probably want to
Mhm.
review it at another time. So you can always see the recordings of our webinars at travelprofessionalnews.com in the recorded webinars area. And for this particular one, you'd look under the category host agencies. So just know that you can, and it's usually up about maybe, I want to say 30, 40 minutes after the webinar is completed. So maybe try a little later today if you want to watch it again. And they're always there for you to view at any time. Ladies, we don't have any questions because you were amazing. Hold on, wait a minute. I do have one. Hold on, that just came in. Hold on. Okay. Well, this was not a question, but a really nice comment. This was great information that hasn't been presented at this detail. And I have to agree. Doris, thank you for that comment. Absolutely true. You guys had really covered everything here. Again, why I think people are going to want to watch this again and take screenshots as they do. But
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. Do you guys want to add anything else? Because I think you really did an amazing job and I learned a lot. Everyone's going very informative.
I think
Can
it's
you be
Yeah.
really,
part of more than one host agency?
yeah.
Well, that's a good question. Can you ladies want to answer that question? Somebody says, can you be part of more than one hosting agent?
You
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. Go ahead, Wendy.
Okay, I was going to say, yes, you can. As independent contractors, you legally have the right to be a part of every host agency. I will tell you that it will be an accounting nightmare, trying to figure out which IATA number that you used. So usually it's more beneficial to try to stick to one that really matches your preferred suppliers, that you sell the most. That really is going to be helpful for you. And I think it's important for everybody here to know that Nexion is, because we're owned by Travel Leaders and Internova, we've got the highest PCI compliance. In fact, right now, we're even as staff and employees, we're taking our own compliance training of like 22 different classes. So we're very, very, very aware of what's going on out there, especially during the holidays when all of the fraudsters really come out and, geez, it's a hot mess sometimes. But anyways, but we're here to help you and we're here to protect you. We're here to help you grow. We would love to personally speak with each and every one of you so we can get to know and build our relationship there and, help you with your pricing plans and things like that. So that's all I wanted to say. Erica?
Well, I think that's a great answer.
Yeah, that was great. You covered it.
Absolutely. And so someone did ask if they could see a list of your preferred suppliers before joining. And I'm sure you ladies, when they have a chance to talk to you personally, you can share
Uh-huh.
that information, right?
Absolutely. Of
Absolutely.
course.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. I figured you could do that. I tell you, ladies, that everybody, I keep getting these comments saying this was such great information and everybody really found it valuable. So I really thank you for sharing that with
Thank
everybody here
you.
in our audience and for doing that for us. It's a wonderful presentation and I learned a lot as well. Listen to the whole
Yeah.
time. So,
Right?
all right.
Wonderful.
I know.
Yeah, it was
It's a lot
great.
of information. I have to tell you, Erica did this presentation. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of information. And I mean, I think kudos to you, Erica. You did cover pretty much, a lot.
I
Thank
have to
Good
you.
job,
agree.
sister.
I would think that would
Yeah.
be a nightmare to try to gather all that. So you really, and you did
Yeah.
it in a
It,
succinct way. It was,
well, thank you. As
everybody could
we said,
follow.
there's so much there, and unfortunately, we just all have to be extra vigilant. And
Mhm.
that's just a snippet of some of the ways they're trying to come at us. And so, like I said, all of us just working together is the best way that we're going to, hopefully be able to tackle this problem.
Absolutely. Very true. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you, everyone, for being on here today. And we appreciate everybody's time. And thank you both, Erica and Wendy, for a fantastic presentation.
Many thanks to
Thank
you, Johnny.
you.
Take care
Thank
now.
you, Tony. Thank you all for joining us.
See you next time, everybody.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.